so far this year, 6-0 and 6-1, both over the summer, in favour of the Czech.
And it was another thing that Daryl Gurney mentioned, that he doesn't necessarily expect Karel Sedlacek to play in the same manner that he played yesterday against Luke Littler, because he has been on the back end of those defeats throughout 2025. And Sedlacek, he's been playing better the last couple of years. He's had some good results.
Yeah, I think this is the best version of Karel that we've seen. His third time on the tour, not been able to keep his tour card the first 2 times that he won it, but this year had a very good year, moving up to the brink of the top 64, so next year should be fine. Karel, part of the World Cup team for Czechia that reached the quarter-finals of the tournament this year themselves, the one that Northern Ireland won. Gurney partnering with Josh Rock.
And Czechia this year at the World Cup, that was the best result that they've had.
It up, and he can leave the double 18 he loves. He's not going to do that.
140.
But he might end up on that double 18 at the end of this. We shall see.
81. Now you require 76.
Double 8 it'll be. And double 8 is pinned. Strong starts from Super Chip.
Yeah.
Opening gambit there from Daryl Gurney, 14 dart leg, but does break a throw, and already that advantage now swinging over to the Northern Irishman.
97.
And we've seen it a few times in the afternoon session. I guess the really casing point would be someone like Gerwyn Price, who suffered that defeat yesterday, and their bounce back ability, I think that's what's quite impressive, because this is the point. This is the point when you have lost that opening match, you really need things to turn around.
Yeah, and he's not failed to get out of the group stage, Daryl Gurney. Admittedly, he's not been in the Grand Slam very much. It's only his 3rd appearance. He was in the top 5 in the world rankings a few years ago and didn't qualify for this. Shows how tricky it can be just to get into the field for this event. But a quarter-final run and the last 16 run, his 2 previous appearances. And that is the first 180 that Daryl Gurney has hit in this tournament. Did not hit one at all yesterday against Scott.
140. Now you 164.
Well, you did ask the question, didn't you? Had he been able to just tweak a few things overnight? He wasn't happy in that match against Scott. Seems okay so far.
Yeah, he has changed his darts. They're only small changes, but he's been tweaking for months now, back and forth. He wants to get them to stand up a little bit more. Double 16 for 2-0. That is pinned. The doubling has not been a problem for Gurney. Just in general, hit some very important checkouts at the World Cup on the way to the title. But he has lost the 180 hitting that he had when he was up at number 3 in the world and hit more 180s than anybody else in a Premier League campaign one year. And part of it, he feels the darts are going in too flat. And so when that first one goes in, it's not a big enough target for him to follow it in. It's making it a little bit trickier than it used to.
Yeah, well, there is some irony in that, because he is the player that trademarked that flat dart, that dart that he tried to perfect to make sure it was flat, so that when you have a shot like 60 left, you had vision of the tops.
To be honest, the way his dart's going in now, he doesn't need it anymore.
No.
You can see there.
93. Karel require 121.
Well, strong leg from Karel.
57.
But he's not bagged it yet. And he may only get 1 dart at double. Decent score here, and he might have an issue.
58. Karel requires 64.
Gurney, when he managed to leave the biggest finish of them all. And it is one dart for Sedlacek, the first one he's had so far in the match, and pinned perfectly.
Better stuff from Karel. You mentioned the two meetings this year, which Karel won both heavily, but Gurney has obviously got a more impressive CV.
82.
It's kind of a difficult game to call. In fact, over the last 3 months, these two guys' averages were the same, exactly the same, to 2 decimal places.
80.
That is the standard of stuff they've been throwing. There's nothing between them. Nothing between them on the double so far tonight.
And obviously you mentioned the CV of Daryl Gurney, 2017 winning the World Grand Prix, 2018 those Players' Championship finals, but I feel he was one of the players that was probably most adversely affected when there was that break for COVID, for lockdown. He said himself, coming back and building back up, and we're seeing signs of it. We're seeing obviously the deep run with Jock picking up that title at the World Cup of Darts. There are signs, but perhaps just not with as much regularity for Daryl Gurney.
Can he find another treble?
95.
Not the one he was after. And now he's looking vulnerable. That is a perfect setup shot from the Czech number 1. And he's going to get 3 darts.
79. How will you require 24?
Is there a case that that's too close? There is a bit of the bed open, but goes the wrong side.
Score. Daryl, you require 66.
Treble 10. He's going to go to double 18 anyway.
30. How will you require 24?
Would have given him a bit of breathing space.
And for the fourth leg, Karel Sedlacek.
You almost feel that tension ramping up there for Sedlacek.
Yep.
I've missed, but it's there in the end.
121.
Well, Sedlacek picks up a second leg. That means that whatever the outcome in this game, Sedlacek is not going to be eliminated at the end of this match.
6.
He could be come the end of tonight if he loses. So could Daryl Gurney.
6.
And while it's an unenviable task of facing Luke Littler in his final group stage game, Daryl Gurney will have, he does have a habit of raising his game for the biggest names in the game. He defies them. Well, he's a very difficult player to predict. He loses games you expect him to win and wins games you expect him to lose.
It just makes our job just a little bit harder. Perhaps we should just flip everything that we think each time. We might get some of them right.
6.
Well, started this game strongly, Daryl Gurney, but he's faded, and if anything, Karel Sedlacek looks like he's getting a little bit stronger.
Again, he's clearly not happy with the positioning of it, so decides to shuffle along the oche.
Currently require 80.
That's it. A few years ago, if that dart's sticking up, you just stay where he was, throw it straight down the same line. The visit gets easier.
40.
That was a tricky one, but he's going to come back with a nice open bed to have a look at.
$73. Currently require 40.
Bit of a wayward last start, and Sedlacek to take the lead for the first time in the match, and finishing being pretty handy from Karel Sedlacek.
Yeah, those 3 misses at double 12, but was allowed back in the next visit. Everything else has been decent enough.
140. One.
Sedlacek's route to actually get here at the Grand Slam wasn't exactly straightforward. He came through the Grand Slam qualifier, faced the likes of Nathan Rafferty and Cordecker in the early rounds, but then had to bypass Cameron Menzies and Keane Barry, both players that have played here previously.
Cameron Menzies had a notable run here last year.
81. $41. 59.
We said how close their stats have been over the last 3 months across the various tournaments they've played. There's only about half a point between them here.
55.
Gurney is limping towards finishing range. He's left the bogey number. And a second max here
100.
is going to cause the Northern Irishman all kinds of issues.
Sedlacek completely flipping this leg around.
89. Karel Sedlacek, 81.
To the 12s. Double 13 for 4-2.
55.
So close to 4 legs on the spin. Now the 76
76.
took this out, no bother at all in the opening leg. Feels a long while ago now. Double 18.
58.
He's missed it a couple of times. Once a long way outside, once a long way into Daryl Gurney, but it's not worked for him this evening. And that is 4 legs on the spin for Karel Sedlacek.
Daryl Gurney really left scratching his head because he started off so strong, winning legs in 14, 15 darts, but those kind of small combination finishes as well, the 76, just really has just taken his foot off the gas. And Sedlacek, to his credit, has just got that bit better. And Gurney's just been restricted to 4 darts at a double.
Karel Sedlacek, only the second player from the Czech Republic to play at the Grand Slam. Adam Gavlas has done it a couple of times, but he never managed to win any of his games.
45.
This would be a first for his home country if he can get the one more leg he needs. And more importantly, keeps him in this group.
One.
And you mentioned sometimes the angle, when we can see the frustration now from Daryl Gurney, but now he's starting to lose that line as well.
6.
Just can't find anything, Daryl Gurney. Just drifted out of contention in this game. Can Karel Sedlacek finish it with a big finish, the 1-4-1? Match start missed. Would have been 5 legs in a row, but there's still a very, very strong chance he completes the job and gets his first ever win at the Grand Slam. Now Gurney finds the treble first start.
437. How are you required 12?
Double 6. Double 3. Still double 3.
6.
Not just yet.
How are you required 94?
4 match darts come and gone for Karel Sedlacek.
Was it double-double? It is. It was the attempt. You can't find that double 18 tonight.
Karel, you require 6.
Straight at double 3. He could look at single 2. More match darts missed. Daryl Gurney is being offered a lifeline.
often have we said just finding that last dart can be the hardest, the one that gets you across the line. Daryl Gurney tops. And we go on. Daryl Gurney finds a way to stay in this encounter.
7 match darts missed by Evil Charlie.
Probably feels a bit unfortunate not to have got another one in there. There's plenty of space. When he plays, he really does play with his heart on his sleeve. But
visit after visit, really struggling in the scoring phase.
It's almost like those first couple of legs lulled him into this false sense of security, because, as we say, there was no trouble in the opening couple.
It was all set up to be a successful night for Daryl Gurney, a couple of legs into this. But he's in danger of being eliminated come the end of the night. He won't be eliminated at the end of this game, but he could be at the end of the Littler versus Scott game tonight. Third max would be perfect. It is perfect. Karel Sedlacek, who's already missed 7 for the match, is going to get more, potentially handfuls more.
Use that bullseye to cover once again. It's a very good effect.
May not matter. 10. It's 10 match darts now. Karel Sedlacek just cannot put this to bed.
Can Daryl Gurney level this up? Force the last leg decider. If he's going to, he needs more favours from Karel Sedlacek.
One man cannot score, the other cannot finish. But finally, at the 11th time of asking, Karel Sedlacek hits the winning double. The first player from the Czech Republic to win at the Grand Slam of darts, and it keeps him in contention in this Group E. Daryl Gurney, he might be eliminated come the end of the night. But coming up after the break, it's another man fighting for his Grand Slam survival. It is Stephen Bunting.